Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy Show. It is day number 25 of the Mindset Makeover Challenge. I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified financial educator. We got Mr. Beedles in the building.
What's going on, everybody? This is Mr. Beedles, Mr. Wealthy, Healthy, Happy, your neighborhood financial planner and your small business developer. What's going on a super duper Friday morning?
Man, it is absolutely wonderful, man. I'm actually having a fabulous time. Day number 25, and it is very exciting to be on this journey of establishing a new habit. Um, and it's funny because there through the period, and I think through any journey, you find a crossroad, that place where you either decide I'm gonna quit or I'm gonna keep moving forward. And even in this journey of establishing a new habit, you have those things that creep up and say, man, what are you doing? You know what? Getting up at 7 in the morning every day, man. What is it all about? And
Right.
and my crossroad, man, was when I began to reestablish my mindset to recognize, understand, and believe that it's not about me. That it's a much bigger than myself, and that uh, knowing that where you are each and every day, and them expecting you to be there, and them showing up. How could I not show up and provide the service, provide the energy, provide the inspiration that could be helping someone else this morning, helping someone else each and every day? And I think that crossing over that has got me even more excited about just doing what we do, man, and making a difference and making an impact in the lives of other people.
That's so good when you say that, man. It's the accountability, and I think what I'm finding, I'm finding more is that accountability is the key. And I think we said earlier in one of our broadcasts, we were talking about and maybe we were talking about the action man, but um, the need to have coaches in your life and to have good coaches in your life. And when we think about some of the superstars of the world or some of the super business leaders of the world, all of them believe in coaching. And when you reach certain levels, they have multiple coaches. And so you might have a fitness coach that keeps you accountable to all of your fitness goals, and you have a nutrition coach that keeps you accountable to, just high optimal nutrition. And then you might have a business coach that helps to refine your business goals and helps you to meet some of those milestones every single day. And that's what this broadcast is becoming for me. It's becoming my accountability coach. Although we are on the show as a host and co-host, it brings something out of me every day. It makes me dig just a little bit deeper at night and make sure that I'm filled and I have something to share, and I have ears to hear and a heart to listen and learn. So I'm excited, man. Like every day, bro. Like I hear my conversation is definitely different.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
man, and also that who you attract. I mean, you attract who you become. And there's been other conversations that I had. And it's funny because it's called Blab, right? Obviously, Blab, we're supposed to be talking, right? We're supposed to be sharing with other people, but who you attract who you become. And so, as I think about who I'm becoming, and I think about the people that have joined our broadcast from all over the world who have deposited something to the message, to what we are growing and what we're developing. It's just amazing how you can connect with all over the world using the power of the internet, just by doing something and doing it consistently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yesterday we had the spiritual millionaire on with us.
Louise
We had
Boatwright.
people that were connecting with the message of alignment, and even as you talk about coaches and accountability, that all falls into alignment. That all falls into alignment. Now, of course, we were talking yesterday about the mind, body, and the spirit, and aligning that so that we can be super successful, right? But now, as we venture into aligning with the right kind of people, that's going to help us to get, do, create, or become the people that we want to become. Because we're on this mindset makeover challenge, and the whole goal is to focus on that one dominant goal that you have for your life, that definite major purpose, and then to be positively focused on that for 30 days. Well, a way that you can do that is by connecting with the right people that can help you stay focused on that goal for the next 30 days. And so that is all about alignment. All about alignment. Who are you aligning yourselves with? Who you're aligning yourselves with from you're associating yourself with? Who you're aligning with, and are they pushing you towards success, or are they pulling you down towards depressed?
That's good. That's good. And see, and this is the thing also, is your now, your present moment is a reflection of where you have been. See, because we're always stepping into our future. And so the beautiful thing is that we can truly change our next moment by doing something different today. And so you waking up on the call, you waking up early, or from wherever you are in the world, or maybe you're staying up late because you're 14 hours ahead of us in Japan, or something like that. You waking up and saying, you know what, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Miss Renata said, I need a little bit of positivity in my life. Brittany Moore said, you know what, I'm not going to miss that Thursday. I'm not going to miss this Friday call. Missed yesterday, but guess what? Won't do it again. And she is now on the call today. And it's because you see something different. You want something different in your life. And again, it is the attraction. It's us coming together like this that allows us to do that. And guess what, man? This is not where it stops. It doesn't stop with us just blabbing. This becomes an opportunity for all of a sudden idea to get sparked, and everybody that has a skill set in this room, what if we developed a business out of this? What if we created something that allows us to get up every morning, blab, and create the life that you want? What if you could do that? What if this became your work and revenue? Could that not happen? I think it could. I think everybody on this call has a skill set right now, from executive CEO all the way down to the make it happen person. If we organized an idea, put some thought behind it, put some energy behind it, some resources behind it, we could get something done. That would be exciting.
And even beyond that, man. Obviously, it's Friday, and I really like to tap into the fans and really find out about who we're connected to. Of course, we got a couple open seats available for those that might want to jump in. But he just mentioned, right? What if? Obviously, it is possible, right? Anything is possible. But what if is a great question to ask. And the thing is, what is it that you want to do? And then what are your skill sets? I mean, it's been so remarkable connecting people. I'm like a connector, right? So I'm able to connect people from all walks of life and put them in a room where they can connect with each other and develop and grow their skill sets or their ideas, because I know people that they may not know, and we're able to connect them. But by finding out about the people that you're connected to, finding out what their skill sets are, finding out what their dreams and desires are, that's really where the magic happens. It's like, oh, okay, oh, you want to do this? Oh, let me connect you to this person who's doing this, and then boom, you guys can talk, and maybe you can refine your idea so that it can be that much more powerful, and you can be that much more efficient towards accomplishing your dream, your goal, or your desire.
So with that being said, we got 2 open seats. We need a few people in. Britt, you said, hey, I wouldn't miss the call. Renata, you excited to be on the call. You were actually the first person on the call. You know, the first person on the call after the co-host, you know, that's one of our new rules. Just made that up. You got to hit the hot seat first. How about that? No, but this is it's a truly defining moment, and we are on day number 23.
25.
25. Yeah, we got 5 days to go, man.
Yeah, man.
Woo!
Day number 25.
5 days to go. Man, all right, so on day 20, we're on day 25, and it is has anybody ever heard of Jeff Olson? Anybody heard of Jeff Olson? No.
I have.
Well, Jeff Olson is an ultra entrepreneur He's built a few different businesses, and he wrote this beautiful book called The Slight Edge. And in The Slight Edge, he talks about the hyacinth plant. And the hyacinth plant is found in ponds. And when a hyacinth plant first starts to grow, for the first 15, 16, 17 days, nothing is happening at all. But all of a sudden, and again, don't quote me on the exact day when it starts growing, I'll find it for you. But the hyacinth plant, all of a sudden in days, in starting into the 20s, something remarkable starts happening. And all this coverage starts covering the pond, and over a 30-day period, the entire pond is covered. But it wasn't day one that you started seeing the results. It wasn't even day 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12. But it was well into the process where all of a sudden you start seeing this exponential growth. And that's exactly what's happening in your life with your ideas. And you have to understand that there's a process. And in this process, that's where you find all the tools that you need in order to continue to establish the things that you want and desire in your life. You have to become the equivalent match, but the process is what makes you the equivalent match to the thing that you desire. If you don't go through the process, you don't become your thing, and you don't get the equivalent match. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, give me 100 props.
Hey, I like what you just said, man. And going back to your example of the flower, right? As we're in day number 25, and if those that have been tracking along with us, if you've been tracking along with us throughout this whole process of this Mindset Makeover Challenge, ask yourself, man, when did you really start to see some flourishing moments in your life during this process, right? It probably wasn't at day number 1 or 2, right? You probably didn't really see a whole lot of movement in the first few days that you began this challenge. You were looking towards something, you're looking for something to happen, looking for something to get to occur, but it occurs over time. It's the process. And so even in all your walks of life, when you start something new, we got a lot of entrepreneurs here today. We got people that want to accomplish, want to do some great things. We got some inspiring people. Think about always keep your eyes focused on your goal, right? And that's the whole thing of the Mindset Makeover Challenge. And then you begin to grow towards that because you have your mind set on that objective. You have your mind set on that dream. You have your mind set on that goal. And so you start to become the person to acquire, to have, or to be that worthy ideal. But there's a progression. And then all of a sudden, you start to see some massive growth because you've been consistent in your action. You've been consistent in your focus. And so just like that flower, you might not see it in the first week. You might not see it in the second week. You don't know how close you are to success until it happens, right? But then all of a sudden, it explodes and it takes off. Man, your life has been like that. I mean, look over your life and see where you have seen some growth from something that you started, but you were consistent in it, and then all of a sudden you started to see some explosion towards that worthy ideal.
Oh, that's like all right, so I know that there are probably some extraordinary readers on this call, and you probably have heard the book Think and Grow Rich. And in Think and Grow Rich, he talks about 3 feet from gold. And the guy that said, you know what? I got this idea, guys. I'm going to the West and I'm going to dig for gold. And so he got his equipment together. He got his team together. They went out and they started digging for gold. They started pulling up all kinds of gold. And they were pulling up gold, so much gold that they actually were able to pay for the equipment, put a little money in their pockets. And then all of a sudden one day they went down, they started drilling, and no gold came up. So they was like, They moved the machine a few times, dug deep, nothing. So they said, you know what? This ain't working. I'm going to take my little machine and I'm going to go sell it. So he goes to sell it to a guy that knows a little something about gold. So he bought the machine at a discount. Then he went and got counsel. Once they did a little illustration, they found out that, you know what? All we needed to do was just move 3 feet to the right, and we'll be right back in the vein again. What I'm saying is that in your idea, in your digging, in your mining, in you going deep, searching for gold, you may have had some successes, but you might have some challenges right now. Instead of giving up on the idea, go seek a little counsel. Find a group like this one where you can kind of get plugged into and connected to, get charged up again. Maybe somebody's able to help you to navigate, you know, and see something a little bit differently that you didn't see before, so that you can continue to get that gold. Don't stop 3 feet from gold.
Keep the dream alive. We talked about that. And a part of that, again, is being in alignment, right? You want to align yourself with the right people, the right network, the kind of people that'll help you to grow and develop, the kind of people that'll push you outside of your comfort zone, the kind of people who will hold you accountable at the end of the day. And so we got the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy Network. That is a place that you can connect on a regular basis. Even when you're not seeing us first thing in the morning, you can always go to this site and get some great content. We've been doing this thing for a month at least. So there's a lot of content out there for you to connect to. Just click on that website, subscribe, take a look at all of the vlogs, the blogs. Stay connected to what's going on as we build out the #1 place for growing people. And so we got a couple of open seats for you guys. We want to get, this is not a me show, it's a we show. And it's just really easy. You just click on the button that says open seat and you will become live and be able to share with your world. I believe that everyone has a voice, so why not let your voice be heard? So if you want to share, you want to express, you have something that you like to say as it relates to what we're talking about this morning, feel free to hop in a seat, man. Let people know that you are here. Let people know what you have to say. Let your voice be heard. Get it out, man. There's something about getting it out, man. When I inspire other people, I become inspired. When I motivate other people, I get motivated. When I charge up other people, I get charged up. Ooh. And I believe that could be the same thing for you. And so if you'd like to join us on the show today, go ahead and just hop on in and connect with us and let your voice be heard. So want to do a couple shout outs for us, Mr. Beedles. Want to do a couple?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. All right. We, you know, as you're thinking about it, as you're getting your face together, as you're going to the bathroom, brushing your teeth, getting your hair fixed, whatever it is that you need to do, crust out your eyes, so that you can jump in those 2 hot seats. We want to give a few shout outs. So shout out to the pre-K PhD, Miss Renata McPhail. Thank you so much for joining today. We have the lovely Brittany L. Moore, who is going to get it together. But Brittany, she just hit us with a fantastic quote, and I don't want to miss that. But she says, hey, we got to remember that in this thing we call life, there are a few things that happen, and there's a difference between quality and not quality. I'm summarizing, I'm wrapping it up. But she says it takes 6 months to build a Rolls Royce, and it only takes 13 hours to build a Toyota. What are you building? Think on it. All right. Then we got Miss Erica Anderson Thomas in the building. She follows Jesus, and she's a servant of the Most High. She's married, a mother, creative, and adventurous as well. We also have Mohammed Masroy. I don't know if I said that right. I hope I did. But welcome to the call. We also have Raz Rise in the building. What's going on? Investment interest, technology, commodities, small and mid-cap companies. Disclaimer, providing ideas, not recommendations to buy or sell any securities. And we also have Mika Malone, Miss Google Queen. Shout out to the Google Queen. I was born, I am now living, and eventually shall die. Yes, we all shall die. But guess what? It's not about dying, it's about living. So that's what we're excited about. We got somebody in the building. Somebody in the building. What's going on, Mr. Muhammad? Come on in. Is that a skateboard you on? Right there? Looks like a skateboard.
So we had a couple people. Miss Mika Malone was here yesterday. Thanks for rejoining. Yes. I know Miss Britt been with us all week, man. So this Friday, man, what are you guys doing? What are you guys gonna do this week? What are you gonna do that's gonna be uncommon and different? Are you taking a weekend off, or are you still pressing towards your dream, your goals, your desires? Are you still going to be doing something towards accomplishing that which it is that you want to be, do, or create, or become? What do you got going on this weekend, man? Make sure it's a successful weekend. I know for some of us, we're still, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and that's fine. But you want to use some of your time outside of your job to still, create the life that you want to live. Use some of that time for some self-development. Read a book. Turn off the TV. Do something uncommon. Don't be like the rest of the world. Don't be like the 95%. Be like the 5% that are willing to do what the other 95% won't do. So you got to ask yourself, man, what am I going to do this weekend to be uncommon?
All right. So while you're thinking about that, and while Mr. Muhammad is trying to join, I really wanted to I wanted to put some context around that, or really put some clarity around that story I was telling you about Jeff Olson, because I think the book is amazing and it will really help the entrepreneur. It just helps people in general. But I thought that the hyacinth plant story is very fascinating right at the beginning of the book. So this is what they say about the hyacinth plant, which is the most productive plant in the world. They say on the first 2 days, nothing happens. On day number 2, you have about a square foot of growth. A day number 20, you have half the pond that is covered. Day number 29 is a dense little patch. Day 30, the entire pond is covered. There's an explosion that begins to happen in your business if you can just hold on. You are the hyacinth plant. You know what I mean? You got that kind of power in you, but you got to hold on, man. We got to hold on. Again, go through the process. The process is what molds and shapes you so that you can become your equivalent match. But you have to go through the storm. You gotta go through the valley, man.
Hey, you know what? I think there's I think sometimes we don't quite understand the process, right? We don't quite understand why it takes time to create something beautiful and glorious, right? If you think about the ugly duckling, you think about the hyacinth, analogy there. It takes time, right? And some of that time is really being consistent in what you're doing, so other people know that you're doing it and that you're serious about it, right? I mean, how many times have we come across people that started something but didn't finish it? How many people do you know that have started 15 million businesses, and for some reason they you're like, man, what are you doing? Like, are you in finances? Are you in health and fitness? What is your definite major purpose? They're trying all these different things, but are not really being consistent in any one thing, and so they don't find themselves truly successful in any endeavor. I mean, but when I think about longevity, these people actually started something and they continued on with that, and now they're known for that. And so the process of being known for something, I mean, it took a while. It took like 2 years for me to be known as the finance guy. You know what I mean? Like, that's what everybody comes to me for. It took a while for me to establish my brand. And if you think about that 1 year, 2 year period of establishing my brand, it wasn't until the latter part that I started to see some revenue generated from my brand. But how many people are willing to go through that process of building a brand, building yourself, building your business, becoming known for something or any one thing, versus being known as a person that's just around, right? You establish a niche, you establish a mode, and then people start to see that mode, and then they connect to it because it's consistently presented to them in that fashion. So Miss Renata McPhail, for example, right? She's a tutor. She is into the educational space. I'm sure it took her a while to establish herself as being known as the person to go to for her particular thing. It wasn't like she just woke up. Yeah, pre-K to PhD. It wasn't like she just woke up, said, I got this great idea, and then now everybody knows that she's walking in her purpose. No. She started walking in that purpose, expressing it out into the world, and then eventually more and more people started to connect. She started to attract the right people, attract the customers, and things like that. And now she's known for that thing. Are you willing to go through the necessary steps to become known for something? I mean, think about it. Even if we talk about Jesus, for example, right? It took a while for him to be known all around the world for his miracles, his signs, and his wonders, right? He's walking the earth. He came here, he went through this process, and then as he started to build up a following, He became known across the world. He had it, but that thing was built up over time as he went from city to city, from country to country or whatever, walking the earth. His following grew and his brand grew. I mean, I'm talking about Jesus, but I'm putting it in the sense of
Hey
a
man, because
business
I love
mindset.
Jesus. I love Jesus. And but what I know also is that he already knew who he was. He already knew what he was purposed and destined to do. And all he was doing is walking in the manifestations of what he had already been created for. What he had already seen in his mind. What the Father had already told him, look, this is what you're going to do. Why? Because I knew you before the earth was even formed. And I created you in your image, in God's image and in the likeness. And so you're going to be a creator just like I am. And you're going to go out there and you're going to save the world. Guess whose world you have to save first? You have to save your own world first. You have to become your own salvation first. Every single day, you got to get up and you got to tell yourself, man, these goals, these dreams, these desires are what's getting ready to change my life. This is what I'm after. And only until you start taking steps that the universe starts conspiring and doing exactly what you want to do. It'll do anything that you ask. It's like the genie in the lamp. All you have to do is speak a thing and it shall become. Now, all you have to do is believe it. But you got to believe it, though. Like you can't believe it. You're like your business coach can't believe it for you. Your mom and your daddy can't believe it for you. You have to believe it for yourself. And the belief has to become so real that you take action. And you take action daily. You go through the process. Woo!
Miss McPhail. Uh-oh.
Good morning.
Uh-oh.
Good morning.
What's going on?
Morning. Yeah, I had
Let
to
your
get
voice be heard.
right. I had to get myself ready, and I'm at the store. Got a Christmas program for my daughter this morning, and I'm helping out, so I don't have long to be on. But I just wanted to say hello.
Hey, what's
Hi.
up? That's the first
Hi.
step.
So share a few words with the people, Miss McPhail. You've been listening in, tuning in. What you got to say today?
I just have to say that, yeah, you've just got to go at it every single day. This challenge has really been a blessing for me. And what I found is that it's helping me to really uncover layers of what's important. And you talked about the process. Like, I've had to learn how to respect the process. A lot of times, a lot of people, myself included, we have a goal, want to get to that goal, and dead set on it. Because there's so smaller steps that you must take in order to get there.
Yeah.
And you may not be ready. You can't go from 0 to 100 like immediately.
Yeah.
And so, like me, like when I started this challenge, I started out with the goal of learning how to invest. And so I studied, I took definite steps every single day, and eventually came to the conclusion that that I'm not exactly there yet. I need to take a step back, and I need to handle some other things, and in terms of my financial life. So, and it got me to meditate. Okay, well, why haven't I gotten to the point where I want to get? And I realized that, like, my energy is drained, and there was something before that to even progress in business I wasn't taking care of, which means I needed to take care of my body and my health. And so it's every time I've reached for a goal and focused on something, things have been uncovered. Like, no, you need to back up and do this first before you get.
Yeah.
And so I've really been forced to, like, respect the process and realize that as long as you have that goal in mind and you're doing something towards it, you're going to get there. You don't have to get there in a week, a day, overnight, a month,
That's good. That's the progressive realization of the worthy ideal, right? It's
Right.
progressing towards your goal and making it real every single day. And then going back to what you said, the fundamentals are so important. And if you miss some ingredients in trying to bake the cake, guess what happens? The cake falls, and it's not as good as grandma's cake because you didn't follow the process. So we have to respect the process, because the process is what makes you. And the beautiful thing about the process is that we're all being established as vessels, and a vessel is supposed to be used. And whether you want to be a cup or a vase, it's still stuff that's poured inside of it. And it's poured inside so somebody else can come along and experience what you have on the inside. But you got to be made first.
Exactly.
So that you can be used. You gotta be used.
Man, so respect the process. So, Ms. McFall, thank you for coming on and sharing that with us, because there are some of us who are being stretched right now as well, and respecting that process, knowing when to say, okay, let me take a step back, let me take a couple steps forward, recognizing where you are in that process, and respecting it, and saying, okay, even it doesn't mean that I'm not going to do it, but maybe it goes at step 7 instead of step 2. And so just kind of recognize, okay, and so now you're getting you're making sure you're getting your things done, getting things aligned in your business, you're getting things aligned in your health, and what's great that I heard about is that you were studying, you were moving towards that whole investment piece, and it's still going to be a part of the process, but it might not be the process right now. And so that's absolutely phenomenal that you were able to just take a realistic approach to where you are in your life right now, and you recognize what's the next steps for you. And then as you accomplish those steps, as you take those steps, then some new steps will be uncovered. There's a quote by Zig Ziglar that says, go as far as you can see, and then once you get there, you'll be able to see further. So go as far as you can see, do what you need to do now, and then the things that you need to do later will be uncovered. Raz Rising just put the quote in from Warren Buffett, says some things really, no matter how great the talent or effort, some things just take time. You can't produce a baby in 1 month by getting 9 women pregnant. Some things just take time. And so
exactly. And it's and the foundation, and it's amazing because me focusing now, and that's my 30-day goal. I'm focusing on finally, getting my health and my fitness back to where it needs to be in order for me to be productive and to think, more clearly, and for ideas to generate, and for me to progress in my business. But even that, I've been waking up, many days early in the morning, exercising, and that has even led me to, and I think you guys have done a show on this previously. No, I know you have. But the foundation of it all, you have to come from a place of mission, of a God-given mission, and God has to be the center of everything that it is that you do. And like I said, doing this challenge has led me back to where this is where you need to start. You have to start with your God-given purpose, your God-given mission. God has to be the center, and God has to be the reason why it is that you're progressing towards what you're progressing to, because ultimately, if it's not, going to fail, or something will go awry or not be the way it's supposed to be when you get there. And so, you just got to make sure of exactly why you're doing what you're doing, and make sure that
and you gotta, and it's okay to take some time. And so it's okay, like if you're thinking about your definite major purpose, it's okay to take a few weeks. It's okay to take a month. It's okay to take 6 months to figure out what your definite major purpose is. And again, I think we get so ready to go that we don't prepare the field. And so when you throw your seed thinking that you're taking action, I'm just throwing my seed out there and something will happen, you don't necessarily get the results that you want. But when you prepare your field properly, that might mean you got to research the business that you want to get into. You got to research the type of diet that might work well for you. You might have to go and get the consultation first. You might have to get up every single morning and meditate and pray and fast to get your body in alignment with what's getting ready to happen for the day, so that when you are sowing your seeds, everything that comes back to you is fruitful. So take time. So take your time is the summation of my little point right there is take your time and know that it's okay to get it right. It's okay to tend to your field first. It's okay to prepare the soil. It's okay to get the foundation solid so everything that you build on top of that won't fall over time.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I wouldn't even say necessarily it's okay. I would say it's necessary.
Yeah.
It's necessary. I mean, it is necessary. It's not just okay. It's necessary. And so, guys, what we're talking about here, thanks so much, Renata, for joining us today. Please make sure that you follow her. Right above her here on Blab, you just click the little check button, you'll follow her. And then as we send out our tweets and stuff as well, you can follow people on Twitter as well. Thanks so much for joining from Houston. Make sure you have a great Friday, guys. So we're talking about alignment. We're talking about respecting the process. We're here on day number 25 of the Mindset Makeover Challenge. And so we are looking forward to getting through this weekend, and we got 5 more days to go. Yes, that's her website there. That's the right website, right, Ms. Renata?
Yes, it is.
All right, tell us a little bit about what you do again, real quick.
I am a private tutor. A pre-K to PhD is my company. We do private tutoring, test preparation. I have an exclusive educational concierge service where I function as a mentor and as a liaison between parents and the school districts, and inform one. So we do all things education. If you need tutoring, especially finals time, it's here, and we are busy beavers now. Please visit our website, give me a call, send me an email if you're in the Houston area, and set up an appointment. Thank you very much. And I've got to go, guys, so I will see y'all. Have a blessed day.
All right.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome. Thank you so much for joining.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. So day number 25, man, getting this thing started right, doing this every day, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Join the inspired crowd, man. Nothing great has ever been accomplished without inspiration. So why not start your day off with some motivation and some inspiration? Why not connect? Why not share your thoughts? Everyone has a voice. Let your voice be heard. We open our seats up to everyone to come in and join and share the experience and share their experiences as well. And so we'll be back on Monday to follow up on what's going on, what happened this weekend. We'll have some new topics. We're talking about today about respecting the process, and we're finishing up on the whole alignment piece, man. But we got more stuff to come. We got to talk about getting unstuck. We got to talk about conflict resolution. We got to talk about preparing the field. I think we're going to talk about Monday, preparing the field.
I like that. I like that.
On Monday, we're going to talk about preparing the field. So, guys, that's our show today, man. 30 minutes power pack with connection, with inspiration, with motivation, man. So that is our show today here at Wealthy, Healthy, Happy Show. I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified financial educator. We got Mr. Beedles in the building.
And I am Mr. Beedles, Mr. Wealthy, Healthy, Happy, your neighborhood financial planner and small business developer. Thank y'all so much for coming in, tuning in, and being a part of what's going on.
This is what we do. This is what we do. We are wealthy. We are healthy. We are happy. And we are out.